Welcome to the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We have Chef Maribel in the house today. Angel is on location in Cancun, Mexico, so she cannot be here today. She's enjoying some much needed family time, but you get me. And well, I mean, what's better than that? And Chef Maribel is in the house. Let me switch it to the gallery view. Chef Maribel, how are you doing? We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Spring is around the corner and I just got busy starting to organize my pantry because it's been a year since I think everyone did their organizational spring cleaning, especially, the first go around with quarantine and stuff at home. So things have gotten a little disorganized. And so I wanted to show you basically what I have going on in my pantry.
So you're going to show it. We're going to get a little sneak peek of your kitchen today. So yeah, everything. We're going to see a little bit of everything. But you have a little bit of news. What kind of news?
I do.
You have a new addition to the family.
Yes, I have a new obsession, and my kitchen is right outside. Let me show you. I don't want to disturb him, but let's see if I can do this really seamlessly.
Yeah, we don't want to disturb him.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so who is this and where did you get him?
It's a rescue. I had been wanting a dog for so long. After all my travels in South America,
because you've been babysitting, dog sitting.
Yeah, well, after I dog sitted the puppies, I was like, this is it. So I was stocking Bastrop. Bastrop is a town right outside of Austin. And they had the cutest dogs. They just kept having all these cute dogs and puppies. And I wasn't really, I would love a puppy. It's always great to train a puppy because then it becomes, it only knows your habits or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. And yeah.
And it's almost like having a baby in the house when you have a puppy, because it cries at night, it needs to go outside at night, you're like, oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that. I think if I do get another dog, it would be a puppy, so that they can, like, it's almost like you have a runway to socialize the yes. puppy with the dog already in the house. Yeah. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I had been stalking this site and they're really good about posting, and so I finally went on the Sunday, and then the dog that I was interested in, this Bowie, this white, it's like a lab Pyrenees mix, because it has really tall legs for being a lab officially. So but it is so adorable. So he wasn't available because I guess in the like a shelter they get infection, I guess. So it was like
he had a quarantine.
He did. So I couldn't see him. So I was like, oh man, I know, also my brother had a lab almost 10-15 years ago. And at the time I was living with him as well, because he had just gotten his first house, and it was like a big house, and he got like a big lab. And he also rescued that dog. So we knew that like labs have a great temperament. Yeah, they're kind of chill. I mean, yeah, they like to sniff and search. But
how old is it Bowie?
Yeah, so I called
David Bowie.
Yeah, like David Bowie. I needed kind of like a country name, because he's a country dog, So it was a stray.
Did you name him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So he didn't have a name before?
They did. They named all their dogs. They called him Stony, like a stone, white like a stone, I guess. Okay. So that wasn't bad, but I was like, I think I can do better, So.
Better. Okay, so how is it having a dog in the house now full time?
Well, it'll be 1 week yesterday. So last night, so I got him on a Wednesday. We went back, we called about him, and my brother's like, I just called about that dog because he knows I really wanted one. And so he kind of helped me out. And he's like, I think we should go because it's really cute and he's gonna get snatched up. I'm like, okay. I wasn't ready though, because so we got him. I wasn't ready. Like it's like when you get a baby, you need the car seat and everything. And I didn't have a crate, a kennel, like to train him, whatever. So we go and pick him up, and then I was like, oh shoot, we don't have dog food. And so they gave us dog food. They gave us a little bed because I guess they have a lot. Yeah, they have a lot of volunteers. It's a really nice little shelter. So I can't speak well enough about them. They're great. And you could tell by the volunteers and the staff that work there really, I mean, I know all shelters, but some shelters are like really over taxed, to attend to all the doggies. So anyways, I pick them up and so I didn't have a crate. My friends sent me their like some chew toys. I didn't have chew toys. I mean, like there's some stuff you need when you get a dog.
It's like a baby. You got to nest before you have the baby, and you got to make sure you have the clothes and the toys and the bottles. And you're like, oh, yeah. Shoot, I am not prepared at all.
I didn't feel prepared. So long story short, I was worried about him peeing in the house because I don't know where he's coming from. He's been in the shelter for a month, So he had one little accident that day, like on the kitchen floor or whatever. It was like very little, and I immediately took him out because I don't think he knew. And so that night I was like, oh shoot, I'm worried about him peeing and messing in the house because he doesn't know. So I had his little bed, and I kind of like created a little like a little section off in my room. My room is small, and much like this kitchen. And so he was okay. And then I like woke up in the middle of the night, like at 2, because I was like worried. I didn't know like if he goes often or what. So I went in the middle of the night. We went outside, and I have a nice little backyard, and he was fine. But my brother's like, you can't do that every night. And I'm like, no, I can't. But can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. There's one earplug that's not working. Anyways, so he's fine. So he was sleeping with me almost every night until last night. Last night was the first night that I left him in the living room, in the kennel, not locked, because I tried the locked and he didn't like that. So I just let it open, his bed and everything, and he was fine. No messes. So woo,
okay,
1 week.
So he stayed in the crate with the crate open. Oh, he just doesn't like to be locked up. Well, nobody likes to be locked up.
Well, I don't think he knows that. I mean, he likes his bed, like I had already, he knew his scent, his bed and everything. So he was fine with that with his toys, but I don't think he was good with immediately when I locked the door. He was like, oh, like he started making noise. And also, I think he just got really attached to me. So the fact that I was going to leave. No. So I don't think he knows yet, but he still needs training. Is long story short, he needs training because I don't know where he's been and stuff. So
I have 2 small dogs now. I've had Bella Rose. She's a little tiny teacup Chihuahua, and she's 3 pounds, and I've had her for 15 years. And then when she was 3, I got a puppy, a teacup Maltese.
Uh-huh.
She did not like him. She did not like her at all. She was like, ew, get her away from me. And then my little teacup Maltese, her name is Chloe Chanel, and she would just like bounce on her, and she'd be like, but Chloe keeps Bella alive. Like, he keeps her she keeps her vibrant and, young. But I can see that they're both getting a little older, so they're 15 and 13 now. And I'm like,
oh,
or 15 and 12 now. So I'm like,
that's older. Yeah,
it is. And they're my like lifeline. When I was going through my stuff, it was them who was, keeping me. It's just the dog's unconditional that unconditional love, you know. But I remember when we first got Chloe, like she was crying and she wanted to sleep in the bed and she just cried and cried and she pooped everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, what did we do?
Yeah, it's a little rough, but I'm thankful last night he's okay. So little by little, I mean, he's pretty smart already.
You did that because, you know, when they need so much love, you know, dogs need so much love, and we do too, you know, we need that unconditional love. So
yeah, I could tell that he's a little anxious. So I'm hoping by 3 months he'll be, you know, sorted out and stuff. Last night, my neighbors had a little, we had a long play LP little get together, and they invited everyone on the block. It was really nice. And so I took the dog, and the dog, you know, he's did really well. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. So today we're going to get a tour of Chef Maribel, and she's going to cook us a little something at the
breakfast.
End. So I'm gonna give it to you. You take the floor and you just kind of show us.
Okay. I'll probably have to put you on my little tripod. That's because fine. I don't think you can see, right? You can't see up close.
Not up close, but we can see.
Okay.
But yeah, you probably want to give us a little bit closer to her.
Closer. Okay. All right. So all right. So
and you're going to do a before and after picture later on.
Yes. So. Yeah. And right now, so this is my little pantry. Thank God I have a little pantry because I do have a lot of stuff. I definitely, right now I have like a dinner, 2 dinners today and tomorrow. So I'm pretty stocked with stuff in my refrigerator. And again, this is a very small bungalow. So it's challenging. And, you know, like I see these like home edit stuff and I'm like, really, that's not practical. Anyways, I love them, but at the same time, this is reality, okay? I can't fit it to look so perfect. And this is at full capacity for sure. So it will look less
so it full. Is fully stocked.
Yeah, it's fully stocked. So this is how I have it situated. I have on my top, like the top, I have flowers. Those are like all specialty flowers, and which I don't use all the time, and like a lot of different ones, all the ones you can think of. Fry oil up there, and like some extra flowers. And then on the second level here, right here, that's where I have like my smoothie powders, other powders, whatever, superfood powders, toppings, chocolate, like cocoa and cocoa powder, I should say, and like toppings, like nuts and dried fruit. I love dried fruit. So that's my second level. And then this level here is the first level is noodles and snacks, and everything's labeled, right? So I have my snacks usually for me are nuts and daily nuts, and here are tortilla chips, and we don't always have them there, so that you know, there's not much space. And then just a little bit of pasta. I don't need a lot of pasta, although I love pasta. I only have pasta like I don't know, like once a month or twice a month. And then like some
a week.
Oh no, my sorry. My earbuds died. I didn't realize they were so low.
Oh, it's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can still hear you.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So a little bit of Asian noodles, like rice noodles and rice paper wraps and things of that sort right here. And that's it for that. And then on the bottom, I have a lot of legumes.
So I have all my grains here on this first level. So I get fresh bread once a week. It's delivered to me. It's fresh sourdough bread. I don't like to put it in the refrigerator if I don't have to. So I put it here and I just keep track of it. And I usually eat it within a week. If I don't, then I freeze it and use for breadcrumbs. So other grains or seeds, really, like quinoa, rice, farro, other specialty rice that I have here, and like a I don't know what this is, seaweed risotto. Somebody gifted me that.
We're gonna
and then
one day.
Yeah, and then here I have my beans. You know what? My beans.
Mm-hmm.
So that includes my coffee beans and lentils and all different kind of lentils and beans, pinto beans, black beans, which I love. And then down here are like flours and baking stuff. So, and then down here, sugars. Like I have different types of sugars and molasses and corn syrup and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that is like my pantry. So not a lot of packaged food, not a lot of chips are basically my only thing. I might buy some candy once in a while, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see what else. Okay. So that's my pantry. And then the most other necessary setup I have is adjacent to my stove, right? So for me, it's really important that I have my oils and vinegars like right as I'm cooking. Okay, and so the reality is I've got a lot of spices.
Well, you're Spanish. Spanish people, that's what they like. That's what they cook with. There's a lot of spice, a lot of seasoning, a lot
of so I didn't get to sort this part out. So like this is real talk.
This is the real.
Yeah, this is the real. Here I have like baking.
Everything starts falling out.
I know. I have baking spices here, and then any kind of canned stuff like evaporated milk, which I do use for ice cream or flan or something else. Coconut milk, any other canned like tuna, whatever is right here. I don't use a lot of that. So
you don't use a lot of canned stuff.
Okay. But I mean, I have a few things that I always have are whole peel tomatoes. I always have I need that all the time. Like for bolognese sauce or any kind of marinara sauce, or even with Mexican cooking. I mean, I need tomatoes. So that definitely saved me during our lockdown, during our snowstorm. That saved me. I didn't have to rush to the grocery store because I had everything that I needed. So here are my vinegars. I do have the little lazy Susan for that. And then my oils and cooking vermouth that I usually have some kind of dry cooking wine or something. But vermouth for me is easy to keep. And then just like my olive oil and then here are my salt and pepper, which I use, and like tasting spoons and my thermometer and my whisk for dressing and my other manual things that I just grab. So
when you're cooking, everything is pretty much right there where you can just grab things.
Yeah, I mean, that is so ideal. I know it's hard for some people to have that situation, but that anytime, like I've had several different kitchens and that's been my setup. Usually I have oils and vinegars right next door to each other because I'm usually cooking with both. Salt and pepper, hand distance. I do just pinch. I I don't use a measuring spoon unless I'm doing recipes. And then my spice drawer, which I will show right here, is right there.
Ooh.
So I have my most used are oregano, comino. I have this, I call it my sweet spice mix.
Where are you getting these jars? They're awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're jars I got at, I think, Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
And just made my own labels. And then like garlic powder. Ginger powder. Sometimes I use these for dry rubs. This is cream of tartar here that I need to put in a container. Black peppercorns, which I use a lot in stocks and soups. And white pepper, mustard seed, bay leaf, always. Cinnamon, because actually sometimes I do cook savory stuff with cinnamon. It's not just baking. And I usually have garlic here.
Wow.
So,
I love that drawer.
yeah. So, I mean, it's not, I have everything I need here. It's pretty tight. Some other extra spices I have adjacent, like saffron, and other things like that. So yeah, what else? Oh, I have one more cabinet. Here I keep my onions up there because I use them regularly, and some potatoes like right here. And then any kind of like extra sauce here, like ketchup, I don't put in the refrigerator because it's not necessary.
Okay, so I have a question for all of us viewers out there. So is ketchup a pantry item or a refrigerator item? Because
I don't put it in the refrigerator because
people are like, I don't like cold ketchup because then it makes my French fries cold, or whatever. And then some people put all their hot sauces in the refrigerator too. I don't put any of my hot sauce in the refrigerator, like my sriracha, my Tabasco, all of that is out.
Yeah, my Tabasco's out. Some things you do need to put in the refrigerator, like soy sauce after you open it really should be because it's fermented. Sriracha, I'm not sure. I don't have that, but I do have some other pepper spices in the refrigerator. Sesame oil, other like things that I don't use all the time are over here. Like pretty much South Asian stuff over here. So yeah.
So what kind of kitchen tools do you use on a daily basis?
Yes, I will show you. Okay. Well, the most important obviously would be those knives over there. This is a it's kind of like a big mortar and pestle that I got in Peru. I don't always use that, but sometimes I use it. And I have a little one here, like a mortar and pestle. But the things I often use are my cast iron skillet. It's not always outside, but today I just wanted to have it available for you. Okay. Like all of these things, I use my fish spat all the time.
That's your favorite one.
Yeah, I use spatulas pretty often. They have to be heat safe. I use my tongs a lot. These are my favorite. These are from the Culinary Institute of America when I was a student. A slotted spoon, a ladle, my wood spoon, at least one or two. And that's about it. Those are my main tools right there. Like most importantly, this one.
How do you clean a cast iron skillet?
Right. Very good point. I just clean it with salt.
Yes.
Okay. So I know it's like no soap and no water. So all I do, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
I put salt just like that. So if I had food on there, you get like a towel. The towel should be dry, and you wipe it all up until all the food comes up, and it'll look like this. It'll look thin. And the salt also absorbs flavor. So if you're worried about doing savory with sweet in your cast iron skillet, you have to put enough salt, but the salt you can just throw away in the sink. That won't clog it up. But that's how I clean my cast iron skillet. If you need some,
my mom having one, and she was like, "Don't put soap in it." Like,
yeah, it's ideal not to, because then you have to re-season it. You have to put oil at a low temp and put it in the oven.
And that's like with any stones. Like when I was selling Pampered Chef, we used to tell people, do not put soap on these pizza stones and these, stones, because the soap will absorb into the stone.
Yeah. Also, it's like any carbon steel as well. Those are new pans that are out.
Yeah.
So that's really important. Yeah, so that, and then I'll show you my pots and pans, which I don't have that many. Okay, so pots and pans are right there. I have all of them nested right there. This is all I have for pots and pans.
So they're mostly stainless steel.
Yeah, definitely. I don't use Teflon, or the only non-stick pan I have is my eggs. Like I have one pan for eggs, and it's not that great quality. I need to get a better one, but that's my only one. So this sauce pot, and I have two other small ones, a stock pot, and and a pressure cooker, which I use a lot to do beans and
that's a lot of people nowadays are using that Instapot.
Yeah.
When I was in Atlanta, a friend of mine cooked risotto in the Instapot, and I was like, because with risotto you got to keep on stirring and stirring.
I have heard of that. And
it was so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She goes,
okay.
You know that you can cook risotto in the Instapot? I was like, no. And she goes,
I did not.
And it was so good.
Well, that's good to know. And then the other thing I have is, let me show you my bowls. You see me grab a bowl. I got a lot of bowls. Yeah. And then, rice pressure, the ricer, and some other stuff, tortilla thing, and colanders. So
have you seen, I'm watching TikTok a lot. There was this girl on TikTok who had this tortilla thing that you would, press down your tortillas, right? And she's like, look at this thing I got at the Goodwill. It was $1.25. And she put her regular tortilla that she had in the package. She goes, it just makes it flat. And I was
oh my God.
I was just like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
A regular tortilla. She just put it back on.
That's hilarious.
I was dying. I was like, oh my goodness.
That is hilarious. Oh my God. So I'm going to put you up here.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we cooking today?
All right. So hopefully people didn't get too bored. If they have any questions, let me know. But I mean, that is, I just wanted to say, like, in my cooking program, if I haven't done that tour in a video, but I think for beginner cooks, I think it's really important to have a setup that makes it easy to clean, that is manageable. You don't have a lot of extra specialty items. The other thing I have over here is my my blender, my KitchenAid, my toaster, and a very small food processor. I have a big food processor in my other cabinet down here, but that's it. Like that's.
So no matter how small or how big your kitchen is, you can still have a functioning kitchen. You just have to make sure you organize properly and have the right things out and have the right things that are stored away.
Yeah, I think people get really into the specialty items, the marketing of some items. It's really easy to buy, but if you don't use it on a regular weekly basis, then it's not serving you. No. So I'm really particular. Like I I like the idea of an Instapot, but it's just so big. I have no place to put it. And if I don't have a place to put it, I'm not going to use it. So what I do use is a pressure cooker. And that for me is enough to, I pressure cook a lot of braises. You don't need an Instapot for that. I do all my beans.
Isn't an Instapot and a pressure cooker the same or no?
Well, the Instapot has a slow, it's a like a crock pot and a pressure cooker at the same time, right? So that's why you can do this risotto and on a low temp. And I don't know how you do it exactly. I'm curious. And then I do like my stocks, broths. I get bones of chicken and I put it in the pressure cooker. So I know you can do that in the Instapot as well because it's the same idea. So for me, I'm sticking to the pressure cooker that I have down there in with my pots and pans. So I'm set. And if like in my cooking program, my thing is like, if you have just enough, you really can utilize things over and over and you won't have a lot of dishes to wash. I mean, I have used every pot and pan for like Thanksgiving, where you do like need
everything out.
Yeah, where you do need like all the burners are full and stuff. But if you do plan it, like you're not cooking everything at once, you're maybe like staggering it over days, like it's manageable. It's not the most comfortable. Like, yeah, I would love a bigger kitchen, you know, hopefully soon, but it's manageable. Yeah. So, all right. So I don't know, one thing that I think most people have a hard time with, I guess, is breakfast. So my go-to, and I'm sure people have seen this on TikTok, I'm sure they've seen, you know, ideas on Instagram, but cold cereals, since we're coming up on spring and summer.
Is it the fruit and ice and coconut water cereal?
No, but it's the idea of just, you know, good old chia seeds and making a pudding out of it. If you put it in with, you know, almond milk or coconut milk or any kind of milk, it'll become like a pudding. And so, but even still, I like to put it in my yogurt. Okay. So I think that's like the best all-in-one super food go-to. You have texture, which a lot of people may not like chia seed, but if they like tapioca pearls, it's that much smaller, so they should like it. So I mix my chia seed with yogurt, and I do put flaxseed, and that's why like I have a section in my pantry with all the toppings, you know. So I'll put cocoa nibs, I'll put nuts, I'll put fruit, fresh fruit, sometimes fruit and dried fruit. And so you can make a parfait, you can make just a bowl, like a you know, bowls are all the rage now,
like a power bowl.
Yeah, a power bowl. And so if it's not chia seed, then I'll use quinoa. We talked about quinoa before. I'll have quinoa cooking and I have it in my refrigerator, and then I'll do the same thing with chia. I can mix it with, instead of chia, I do the same with quinoa. Okay. So you let it sit overnight and it kind of puffs up and it becomes like a porridge, but cold. Some people may not like that. But I think for the most part, that's like the most superfood you can get in the morning. And not be high fat and not be, well, quinoa is a seed, so it's gluten-free.
I usually just have my
coffee.
No. Well, I mean, it's a Starbucks cup, but it's a smoothie.
Oh yeah, smoothies are great too, and chia and smoothies are great too. But this is my go-to. I usually put my yogurt, and I do use honey. It's plain yogurt. Nothing too extraordinary, but I think people forget like the texture and the savory. I mean, this would cost like $8 at the grocery, like at a
When it probably costs you $8 to buy all the ingredients.
Totally. So I am pretty generous with the chia seeds. It's all about the omegas, right? So I just mix that up, and if you let it sit, it'll get like thick and like pudding like, basically, even more so with yogurt.
And how long?
And then I'll add honey.
Okay, how long do you let it sit?
Not, because the yogurt's a little bit thicker, so not that long, about 10 minutes. But with anything liquid, you want to let it, like, ideally overnight. So at least an hour or so. So no one's going to remember, like, oh, first thing in the morning, put my chia seeds. So I'd rather just set it out overnight. And you can do the same with yogurt. And then honey. This is my tea and honey area over here. And that's it. And then I'll top it with fruit and nuts. And I like cocoa nibs. Have you ever had that?
I don't think I've ever had cocoa nibs. What is it?
I'll show you.
She's like, I'll show you.
I got you. So I go to my toppings, which I have a lot of. And it's chocolate. You know what cocoa nibs are? So when they get the beans from the chocolate pod, it's like it's a pod. You open it, the seeds, they actually ferment the seeds much like you ferment coffee beans. Okay, and they let them sit out in the sun, and then they break up all the shell, and then it gets fermented much like you compost. It gets fermented and it gets really hot, and then they dry it out. They kind of take away the husk of the cacao seed, and this is what you get. You get like these little nibs, and they are chocolate.
And it tastes like chocolate?
Yeah, but it's really good. This is like a superfood as well. This has great antioxidants that you need. So it's a great texture component too. And if you tell, kids, oh, it's chocolate, they're going to be like, yeah. So it's all about the toppings, basically.
Okay, so what are all these toppings that you just pulled out?
Okay, so one of them, so this is my backstock. I'm trying to get, because I don't have a container. My container is full of chia seed. So that's another thing I do. Like, that's another thing they don't say in the home edit. Like, yeah, you have backstock, but if you have no room for backstock, what do you do?
Yeah. Right? What do you do with it?
So I have the bag next to this, and I use this first, and then I have my container. And then once this container is empty, it's ideal that I have the proper container to fit this, but I don't have any room. So this is what I'm using. So that's another thing. I try to get containers that fit, obviously, the flour or whatever, the proper container that fits that, but then you run out of room. So what do you do?
Yeah, right?
So I have, like, I probably could put this up there, but I like to use the bag first, and then I'll use the container. And when this is empty, I'll be done. So other toppings, so boring, flaxseed. Okay, we kind of need it. Other dried fruit, like you hear my dog?
Probably a squirrel in the backyard.
Yeah. These are what are they called? Goji berries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, another superfood.
Where do you buy all this stuff at?
At my grocery store. There's a grocery store here in Texas called Central Market. And Central Market, please sponsor me. I love Central Market. They have
a plug.
Yeah, they have everything I need. It's funny, I was traveling in Peru, and we came across this American lady, and she's like, "Oh, you're from Austin? Oh, I went to this store called Central Market," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's of all the
So
places."
everybody loves the Central Market.
Yeah, it has like everything that I need that's a little bit healthy, plus all the cooking specialty stuff that I need for my kitchen. And then I like the produce and the meat market and stuff. So everything I feel safe with, and then plus a lot of other goodies like cheese and stuff I love. And then some extra raisins or whatever here. That's it. Oh, this was peppermint. Sometimes I like a little candy.
A little candy.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then let me see. And my nuts, right? So almond nuts, dried fruit, chocolate chips for baking and whatnot. Up there, I had a section for cacao. So like making cakes, cookies, whatever, which I don't do that often, but I do for like dinners. So.
Yeah. All right, so let's see your little parfait.
But I need to put another layer, but it's already like plump. Can you tell?
It's already getting thicker.
Yeah. So that to me is like a perfect breakfast.
Okay. And
it's light.
I don't know if I could have that because I don't like the texture of like, I can eat oatmeal, I can eat yogurt, but like rice pudding and like stuff like that, it just makes me.
Well, the
like
thing that I agree. I didn't grow up like rice pudding. I love the flavor of it. It's really good. But chia seeds for me, if you don't let it sit too long, it won't puff up. And actually you can eat it raw. You don't need to let it puff up. It can be crunchy.
My smoothie.
Yeah, you could just put it immediately on and have it, and it's going to be crunchy. Mm-hmm. So this is for me ideal. But there's other things, flaxseed.
So what is chia seed and flaxseed? What do the two do for you?
So chia seeds have omega-3 fatty acid, and that helps with our brain and memory. And it's, that's
everything us 40 plus women need.
Well, everyone needs like healthy omega-3s, which is hard to get. It also has fiber. We all need fiber. Mm-hmm. And flaxseed is as well good for the memory. Mm-hmm. It's also a great fiber component. So we all need that. And let's see what other, goji berries as well is a great antioxidant.
Antioxidant, right? Yeah.
They're kind of expensive, so I don't have a lot of it usually, but I do sprinkle it in. And of course, regular fruit and nuts. So like almonds are great for calcium. You need a lot of it, but I just have a little bit. So, yeah. I mean, just every little bit where I cook with nuts as well, add it to my salads, have it as a snack. Yeah. Those kind of add up to your calcium intake and it's satiating. So. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us more about your cooking class that you have coming up.
Oh yeah. So so I just recorded and I just did my Mexican 5-course dinner. It is going to be chili rellenos is the main thing. And here in Texas, it's most common in the northern part of Mexico where they fry it in an egg batter and it's so good. And they stuff the poblano pepper with, it's a very simple pork, like a pulled pork. But the way my family does it is really delicious. So I'm sharing that. And then rice and bean, like I show how to do the Spanish rice and my charro beans. And the first course actually is a shrimp dish with a, what's called a pipián, which is like a mole verde. It's the simplest of all moles, and it's actually made with pumpkin seeds and nuts. So it's actually pretty healthy. And so it's a light first course. And then of course, appetizers will be totopos, like corn chips with salsa and a proper guacamole, and dessert will be a mango flan. So I did a lot of recording for that. So that's coming up probably next week. If people sign up on my newsletter, they will get first dibs on a discount price.
And so then how do people get a hold of you? How do people get on your newsletter?
Yeah, go to my website, Cocina Maribel, CocinaMaribel.com. And there's like a newsletter sign up there, but they can also go to my Instagram if they don't want to hear about it. But it's best to go to my newsletter because you're going to get a discount. Yeah. So it's going to be all pre-recorded, download, and then I'm going to have a final like Q&A live for people.
That is my favorite food is good Mexican food. Like
yeah,
I
think even it's funny, this dinner is pretty laborious, I'm not gonna lie. This is for the cook, for the person who likes
perfect timing. I mean, Cinco de Mayo is coming up.
Yeah, it's for the person who really likes to cook, and this is not difficult. It's just a few techniques to get under your belt, like frying is a big one. How to work with very nice whipped egg whites. That's kind of, a little bit difficult, but everything else is so doable, and it's so delicious and impressive when you do it for even just your family, a group of 4. But if you invite people over, whatever, having this under your belt is actually pretty impressive. So I'm excited to share that, but then also people can sign up for my cooking membership. We do weekly recipes and one live recording, and then the other recipes are recorded. And it's not just pasta. We're actually, the idea is to get people really comfortable with all the facets of cooking that, I was just talking to my brother, it's really takes practice, and I'm hoping that people during this past year feel more comfortable cooking, and it's still a constant learning process. So I have not cooked for myself this much in all my life, actually, because I had, it's like I didn't get into the practice of it. Like you get in a rut, and I totally get it, but it does take practice. Like even in my 20s, I had a certain repertoire of things that I cooked. But it's really understanding the cooking methods and techniques where your eye just opens up. Oh, I can do this, and this easily. And all the recipes that are available don't seem overwhelming or unattainable. So that's what my cooking membership is about. But they can find me on Instagram doing tips and whatever.
What is one thing that that a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. Like as far as cooking, what is one thing that you're like, it's pretty easy. Like once you do it, it's easy, but so many people hate to do it or would hate to start.
I think a lot of people feel uncomfortable with fish, and actually fish is the easiest thing actually to start with before even chicken or beef, because fish cooks easily, and you're not investing too much time. You might be investing a little bit of money because fish does cost more, but either way, it's just gonna overcook a little if you do it one time overcooked, and the next time you do it better, and then before you know it, the third time it's perfect. And either way, you're eating well. Yeah. So I think that's one thing people are afraid to cook with fish. No. And to me, that's like my fast food. You can put it in the broiler really fast. I did a segment just with Angel doing a fish dish, and was it you there too? No, it was her. And we were like, I'm done. We were kind of filling the air talking. So that's how fast it is.
Yeah.
In less than 15 minutes, you can have a complete meal. Yeah. So that's the one that I think people should
start with fish.
Yeah.
All right, so how does your parfait look now? Does it look still the same?
It does. Like I said, all the crunchy bits and stuff. Yeah, it's like oatmeal.
Oh, it is a lot thicker. She's like, And how does it taste good?
For me, yeah.
All right. So Maribel, tell us again how they can get a hold of you.
CocinaMaribel.com is my website. Sign up for my newsletter. I'd love for you to get my weekly emails. I give more information probably in my newsletters, and you get first inquiry of like discount stuff and everything. So there, and then my Instagram, that's usually my jam. That's where I'm usually posting stuff as I'm cooking it during the week. I do like reels and whatever.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I just started just posting on TikTok and getting some little traction on TikTok.
Yeah, I am really bad about posting on TikTok. But I have been doing reels like every week of just like, okay, I'm gonna do this really quick, and I'm posting it on Instagram, but I should be posting it on TikTok too.
Well, you could take your reel and post it on Instagram.
Yes, I've done that a couple times. I just haven't gotten in the habit of. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Chef Maribel, thank you so much for coming on. She's coming on every other Thursday. She will be here with us on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. I am Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the Gratitude Specialist. And if you're struggling with attracting the right clients, knowing how to connect to them, or even if you just don't know how to convert them into clients, I have a complimentary guide that I hope you grow your audience organically online and offline, connect and nurture those relationships authentically, and then take those relationships and turn them into paying clients. You can grab that guide if you text the word connection to 26786. That is the word connection to 26786. You can also still register for the Connect Summit this month, which is March 31st at 2 p.m. Eastern. We are talking about media and speaking. So if you're wanting more exposure, or if you're a speaker in this world right now, then you're going to want to register. You can go to connectvirtualsummit.com to register. It is free. And of course, you can still get your Beyond Gratitude book if you go to beyondgratitude.com. It is only $5, still sitting on the bestseller list on Amazon right now. Beyond Gratitude, strategies to attract, connect, and convert more prospects. We are Angel and Tina, minus the Angel today on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We're so grateful for you, our audience, for being our loyal fans. Thank you, Chef Maribel, for coming on today, showing us your kitchen, organization, how to make a quick, easy superfood in the morning. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Bye.